Let's get the drum rolls going, and then let's bring them onto the stream here. Boom. All right, my mouse was not fast enough. I'm a little slow today. All right, but there we go. Ripster, PharmDCA. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Power Hour.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? How are you guys doing?
Doing good, Luke. How are you doing?
Doing well. It's Friday. I woke up today. I said, I'm just going to take today to smile, have some fun, laugh a little bit, and talk some stocks. So
Let's talk stocks.
Yeah.
How's your day? What's your trading today?
So better than yesterday, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys. I got hammered yesterday. I made a really ballsy move. I bought GameStop into the close or after hours on what day? Wednesday. Basically, my thesis was, the community might make a last stand and try to run this thing up as soon as Roaring Kitty comes on, or as soon as the testimony is going on. They did a little bit, didn't work. Got hammered in that one. So I don't know. I'm looking better today than I was yesterday. How about you guys?
Meme stocks are
done. I think the last several days were the buying opportunities. I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have the market volatility spiking up. I think if you like certain good companies, that's a time when you accumulate shares. And I think that's what I was doing last 3 days or so, especially like some of my fave tech stocks and bio stocks, and they're doing well today.
All right. Can you give us a couple of these names that you were accumulating?
In one of the device company, DMTK.
All right, hold on. DMTK. I got that. Dermtech, is that right?
Yes. Been holding this company from mid-teens. Especially, I jumped in heavily after seeing the results. And why I like this company, this is basically a diagnostic company for skin cancer. So basically, before these results, we have skin biopsies for detecting skin cancer, and that's very painful, very invasive. Well, in comparison to this company, basically what this company does is the technology. You put that sticker on the skin and collect skin cells, and then those skin cells are basically sent to lab for further testing. So no invasive, skin biopsies anymore. And if you look at the market cap, it's I think it's pretty cheap. It's still trading around $2 billion market cap. And then I think the addressable market for this company is anywhere from 5 to 10 billion. So I think there's a huge opportunity, and I still believe that the stocks could see 150 to 200 plus in the long run. And then one example, if you want to make a comparison, look at Exact Sciences, EXAS. They are trading at roughly $23 billion right now. And then they basically, same thing for detection of colon cancer instead of doing colonoscopy. So $23 billion, and this company, DMTK, just trading at 2 billion. I think shares are very cheap, and I continue to accumulate anytime it dips below 70s, 60s, wherever it's. I think I'm going to continue to load up on shares, and I believe very cheap company.
Yeah, definitely. And today it broke out of this flag and I took a position at 74 this morning, alerted. It tried to break out over 80 today, pulling back here, but I expect the breakout to happen once again. And the swing target, long-term target is 150, of course, how Farm is saying, but I think once we are over this 80, it bases over the 80, and 100 should be coming quick, because the market cap is just 2 billion right now, and based upon this skin cancer patches, right? And we were talking to some dermatologists, even my followers who were talking to me about this. It's way better than the invasive skin cancer treatment. It's just a patch, right? Right, Farm? It's a patch, right?
This is a sticker you basically put on the skin, collect the sample, and then send it to their testing labs, which is just checking, just putting the sticker and, taking it off maybe like 30 minutes. Very simple, not painful, not invasive compared to what's being done in the past, the skin biopsy. So that's why I think this is This is very good for patients, and the accuracy is very good, 99% accurate results. So that's huge. And I think what's going to happen is, as we proceed, more and more insurance companies, they're going to reimburse this over skin biopsy. So that's why I'm huge. I have a big position on DMTK.
So let me ask you this, right? Because I don't trade the like a lot of the biotech stocks and a lot of the smaller pharma stocks because I'm scared, right? For no other reason than, I think about, I don't really have any competitive advantage. Like I don't understand the science behind them or anything along those lines.
Luke,
so
you don't have edge.
over that.
You don't have edge, is what you're trying to say.
Or balls, yep. But yeah, edge.
Being on Twitter, I hear that thing, I think, on daily basis, that I don't have the biotech background and it's very scary. I don't think that's true. I think a lot of information is on net. You can search and you can go to the individual company websites. You can look into their pipeline. You can look into the management, and you can look at past data. But my philosophy, as I invest in biotechs for almost 10 years, is that you have to be very selective with biotechs. You had to just avoid binary events, because that's a straight gamble. So that's where people lose a lot of money, because they're trying to make quick money, but that's 50-50. So the best thing is, like, I mostly, most of my portfolio is in oncology, eye disease, and then medical devices like DMTK. And then once you see the data, then you can slowly build your position for long term. And that's what I do. And then a lot of my stock picks are early, like $2, $3, $4 range, after I did my due diligence and making sure, the company looks solid. I think biotechs, it's a good sector to invest in, and it does give you a lot of swing trades also around your core position. And that's my strategy throughout last 3-4 years is, if I believe in a company, I have a certain core position, and then when the stock is dipping, I continue to buy the dips and then sell the spikes. And that strategy really worked for me. Okay.
And let me ask you one follow-up question. So when you're doing due diligence on these companies, right? Let's say I wanted to get into this space. Where are you looking? What sorts of resources are you reading? What are you pulling off of their sites, et cetera?
Basically looking at the previous data, phase 1, phase 2, then companies, guidelines, and then also how much cash they have. Is there a risk for a secondary? So primarily I look into the company website, look into their published studies and all that stuff to help me navigate through if this is a good company to invest in.
Okay, I like it.
And then I also look at other companies that's already on the market and see how this company's data in comparison to the ones already on the market. And then you can make a call there.
All right, there we go. First idea from you guys. Got to ring the cash register for that one. And then Ripster, Rippy, you had a birthday in the past week, I believe.
Yeah.
Woo!
Happy
All right,
birthday.
everybody at home, you're by yourself trading. Clap for Ripster, right? He not only gives us great information, but even recorded a podcast on his birthday.
Luke, where's the soundboard for birthday music? Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna fake the soundboard.
Hey, Jason.
Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, man.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And now the whole pool. Everyone, are you wishing Ripster happy birthday? Come on. It's Ripster's birthday. It's belated, but everyone wish Ripster happy birthday. Come on.
Thanks, guys.
We're good. It's good. We're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it.
They were all wishing. They were all
Jason's
wishing you happy birthday.
Diligence.
Oh, wow.
He's got like some pool stocks that he's looking at.
Oh, my God.
So he's doing some due diligence on them, I think.
Where are the drinks, man?
I'm here.
Where are the drinks? Where's your tequila?
It's for your birthday.
Come on, man.
Come to dinner tonight. Carbones. Let's go.
Wow.
It's on me. Let's go. Anyone that can come. Miami. Okay. I'm Ripster.
Right,
whenever you want a
Jason.
trip, and whenever you want to get some R&R, let me know.
Yeah, sure, we'll
No,
do.
you're losing me.
Yeah. No, yeah, we heard.
Nick
We
on the
heard it.
spot.
You
All right. Okay. So
What?
Ripster, I was just about to ask. What are some names you're looking at? Anything that's interesting to you? You've been trading within the past week, etc.
Yeah, biotech or general or non-biotech?
Whatever you want.
Well, two names interesting. Okay, so one of the biggest name that I have been talking about last few weeks, heavily invested is IPWR, right? So IPWR is it's they make a bidirectional switches. The switches go into all the circuits that you use in your electric vehicles, solar systems, energy, military, everything. So it's a proprietary technology that IPWR is building. It, but it's still in a build phase. They have some contracts coming from government, and then I mean, a lot of things there are in pipeline. So my target is 30 short term. It went on 25 couple of times, but with the market, it came back. My original alert was 17, but I really believe in this company. Benchmark came out recently with their speculative buy on this IPWR, and I believe IPWR will be a big winner this year. Short term 30, short term 30. So you can note it. So last time I was here, Vox and PayPal, by the way, they paid as I expected. So just to recap.
Boom. PayPal. I was in that
Yeah.
one. I just closed that one this week. And what was the other one again?
Vox, VOXX. That was my recap from the last time I was on Benzinga.
Right.
Yep.
All right, come on. Let's zoom this out. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. There's a nice chart.
But I think you guys, if since Farm is here today talking about a biotech stock, you guys, of course, he talked about DMTK. I'm big in DMTK. I alerted last week. It was a 10-point move, but that is fine. But my target is 100. And this morning again, I took position. So that is DMTK. But the one I think FarmD gave me, he kept telling me buy it, and it was MREO. And I let him speak about it. But MREO is one of my big IRA position that I think will be a multi-bagger this year. Just
And
like
this is a beautiful chart too.
oh yeah. MREO is ready to break out. I let Farm speak about MREO. Farm, can you quickly tell about the bullish thesis here?
Yes, been investing in this company. I think roughly when I alerted was $2.10. The reason why I invested heavily into this company is based on their two lead programs, one in oncology, and they already signed. They got a $50 million upfront milestone payments. I think like a month ago. They have their market cap is 350 million plus, cash around over 200 million. I think.
Wow.
Cash all the way into 2023. So fully funded, strong demand for secondary around $3. They have multiple catalysts in second half, including a catalyst for COVID-19 data as well. But the primary focus for me is their anti-TIGIT program for oncology. And we're going to see some nice updates into the second half. And my expectation is that we're gonna see a partnership news for the anti-TIGIT program. So this is one of my top positions, and I believe that this stock could see high teens to 20 plus this year on partnership news and positive data.
Yeah. And just to give you a background, right? Lot of this biotech stocks, farm is the best, one of the best on the Twitter, and we had already PAVM, PDSB, and last year he had Livinggo. LVGO was his call that went from $20, and everybody knows what happened to LVGO. So I would really really take it seriously when Farm tells a good stock. So I'm fully loaded in it. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we got a comment in the chat too. It said something along the lines of, I run a hedge fund and Farm is the real deal. I can tell you that. He said it's one of the top 20 accounts that I follow. So ZingerNation is out there representing too. So for this MREO, a couple follow-ups. How far along are they? Is it a specific type of cancer that they're trying to treat? And then you mentioned a couple of catalysts in the second half of this year. Can you just talk about those a little bit more?
Yeah, the first catalyst is for that oncology program. And then they also have another catalyst coming up for a very, unmet disease, which is called it's called severe alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, which leads to severe pulmonary disease. So those are the two catalysts I'm looking for in the second half. And then again, I believe we're going to see a partnership news for one of these lead programs. And then, yes, it's early development phase, but oncology is the hot sector. If you catch on these stocks at early on, and then they can really pay you well in the long run. And this is one of them, I believe, actually, will basically, reward shareholders in the long run.
Okay. All right. I like it. It's interesting. And then let me ask you this.
And look at the chart. Look at the chart.
The chart is beautiful.
You see, it's a breakout weekly chart. It's a handle, and then you know when you see the chart, it's going to short term. But when you think about the catalyst, the potential, and you put it in your IRA, the big move is going to come. So for me, I take biotech ideas from farm, but then I look at a chart. If chart is at highs, breaking the 52-week or is breaking range, then I have more conviction in that idea, and then I take it. Usually I avoid a good biotech that's at lows, super lows. I usually don't do it. But if a chart is breaking out, something is going on, right? And then there's a bullish thesis behind it. Just take it, take the breakout, take a position, and let it work.
Okay, and Ripster, let me ask you this: when you're looking at the chart, or you're looking at any chart, what are some of the things you're looking at? Like is it this beautiful channel that we have here? Is it the couple of spies? Is it or the couple of highs? Is it something totally different? What do you particularly like on this chart?
Yeah. So I usually go to this weekly or daily view, and of course there's an uptrend happening. You see this continuous channel that's uptrending, but then you want to see this high. It tried to break it a few weeks ago. It tried to break it again, and there's consolidation happening. This high acts as a magnet. Price moves, pulls back, but it doesn't pull back too much. It tries to push again, pulls back. So that tells me that the buyers are there and the resistance is going to break out soon. So, and that gives me the confidence. That resistance has to act as a magnet. A straight breakout out of resistance, and if it pulls back, retests, and then bounces again, then adds more conviction. So I have a full strategy on breakout. I teach on Twitter. I tell how to trade breakouts. I have maybe you can make a book out of it, and they work. So that's how you do the breakouts.
Yeah, and yeah, make sure you follow both of these guys on Twitter. I mean, they're seriously some of the best Twitter accounts to follow. We have both the links in the chat there. Producer Aaron, can you drop them in again? Pin them to the top. Because again, if you want ideas, you want to learn. I mean, these are two amazing accounts to follow. And it looks like we got a Jason sighting again.
Jason, come on, Jason.
He's muted. I don't know if he realizes that, but he is in fact muted. We've been in COVID for a year. Still gets tricked by the mute sometimes.
Thank you, Luke. I love that we have Luke. He gets to run the fort while I get to go get and do my company research. But while I was out here, I did some research on Dermatech. It sounds like we have a real deal company here.
Oh yeah.
I don't own shares yet, but it sounds like.
Uh-oh. Jason, you're going in and out a little bit. Totally out. A little more than a little bit. Yeah, that's the Jason. All right. Jason's gone. He's pulled from the stream until he goes inside. You can't stun on us that much.
But
all right,
I think in conjunction with DMTK, there's other stocks that I can also pinpoint that are very cheap at this moment in time. One of them is PAVmed, PAVM. That's like another device company. If you look at their portfolio, they have lots of products, But the two main things that I'm basically looking at the moment is, one, their FDA approval for carpal tunnel syndrome. This is a minimal, device. They just got approval last year. Recently, one patient was treated with their device, and then the recovery time was right after a week. But if you look at the open surgery, endoscopy surgery for carpal tunnel syndrome, basically, it takes roughly 4 to 6 weeks before a person can go back to work, and this only took like a week. That's approved. A huge market for that. And then the second big thing that I'm really looking at PABMed, and I'm heavily invested in this company for over 2 years when it was trading into 80 cents, is their EsoCheck EsoGuard device that collects sample for looking for detection of esophageal cancer. So that, I think, will be a big thing. They're running 2 trials right now. I think the enrollment's going to be done maybe late this year, and then we will be looking for FDA approval. And I think this stock could really, really go much, much higher, maybe 30s or 40s once those trials are done. So this is one of my another big position I own. And then another one is...
Wait. Can I ask you a couple questions first?
Yes, please.
So for the carpal tunnel treatment that they're working on, is it basically some sort of a device that this company makes so that way patients don't need to undergo surgery? Is that accurate?
It's an invasive device. So basically, a lot of information over there. And then the recovery time is just like a week compared to 4 to 6 weeks from open surgery. And this basically, just recently got approved by FDA.
Okay, and so now that it's approved by FDA, we're going to be able to start looking at some sales numbers that are coming out of the company, correct?
Especially because of COVID-19, it got delayed, and the surgery centers were closed. But hope is that once we are fully, the surgery centers open more, then we're going to see more and more sales number in the future. But the big thing is EsoCheck and EsoGuard. And that's the same theme along with Dermatech, DMTK. If you look at the Exacts, which was $23 billion company, Dermatech over $2 billion, and look at the market cap for PABMed is basically trading roughly around 350 million, very cheap. When you're looking at detecting esophageal cancer through their technology instead of using endoscopy, which is more invasive.
Okay, and then Ripster, what do you make of a chart like this? All right, we obviously saw a ton of momentum. It's flattened out. How do you read something like this?
It's a flag. I read it as when the downtrend is broken, then that's the momentum comes in. That's how I read it. For me, it's clear. It's a fully. You have 1 month chart here. It's a full flag here. Okay, let me see.
And if you have a screen that you want to share, you're more than welcome to do that as well.
I have 4 screens, man. Maybe next time I'll be ready to share.
All right, next time.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a good one. It's a flag. So
right.
let me tell you about this gambling stock.
I love how many ideas you guys have. Let's go. All right, you give us the ticker.
GMBL.
BMBL. All right. Esports Entertainment. We've talked about that one before.
Oh, come on. Ripster, did you learn about that one from me?
I wish I learned from you. I would have gotten a better price.
He doesn't follow you on Twitter, Jason.
Yeah.
Well, not good enough ideas.
No, my good friend Mukund, he's a very good research analyst. He gave me this idea, and I'm blown away with the idea of the market cap compared to the potential, compared to DK and J, and it has a lot of potential. Once this the love comes back to these gambling and all those stocks. But love to hear what you have to say. I mean, gamble. I have a big position on gamble.
All right. So we had to see. Can you guys hear me okay, though?
Yep. You sound good.
Yeah.
All right. I tried to give you guys the nice view of the golf course, and that internet over there was really bad.
We don't want the nice view. We were jealous. Now you just have like these, beige shades, so we feel better about where we are. Ripster is still winning with the chairs. He's got the best background right now.
Ah.
Oh, now you have the best background. Okay.
Okay. So just making sure. All right. The chair, Ripster has a chair. So we had the GMBL CEO on, whatever, on this at the small cap conference. And then it was like at $4. And then it went up, and then we had him on 3 weeks ago on the show. And then the stock took off. Maybe it was because of you, but and the CEO came out and said he's starting to get more, value. The quote is, if you Google Benzinga and GMBL, he gave a quote that we're starting to get more fairly valued. Not to say that it was overvalued, but like we're starting to get gambling like a gambling stock, like in this space. And the reason GMBL is so interesting, it has a lot of things coming together: esports, online gaming. And they bought 2 other companies that are legit and have serious revenue. So GMBL, I think it does have a good long-term future. Now the question is, what do you buy it at, and what is it at a year from now? That's it. But what I was so impressed, Ripster, we tried to do. Benzinga is doing 2 buyouts right now. We're buying 2 other companies, and it's so hard for us to get these transactions done. And these guys have really consolidated the industry. And that to me is as impressive as anything. So I do like GMBL. I do own the shares. Not as much as I did, but maybe you can get me back in a big way if you tell me a good story.
No, did you review the latest earnings? Did you see the revenue guidance? They increased by 68% to 42 million this year.
So now that's what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's,
and again they raised the guidance again on February 16 to 70 million. So the management has high expectations, right? And if you see a company increasing the guidance, and there's a potential. And DKNJ is selling for 44 times its sales, and Fubo is selling 12 times. Gamble is selling 3 times. Yeah, I mean, just on the potential, Gamble can be double here, right? It's just the market right now. There is not much love in DKNG and all these stocks, but when the love comes, the Gamble will be $30 stock. I tell you that.
And what I love is that you have both the multiple expansion story as a catalyst, but plus you have the revenue growth story.
Yeah. This is. So I'm lucky. I'm blessed to have so many good friends who are analysts and traders like Farm. So I got a lot of information. This is information from my friend Mukund. So he's also on Twitter. So
I like the name Mukund. Mukund sounds like he's very smart. Right?
He's smart. Yeah.
And who's this Ryan Simonio character? Do you guys know him? Anyone?
No.
He's calling me nuts. He's saying we don't care, Raz. Ryan Simonio, you're about to get a 5-minute major, so take a hike. All right. All right, and then I got an update on your dermatology stock is what I was trying to get at. What's the symbol again? DMF?
DMTK. That's Delta Mike Tango Kilo.
So Lori, my friend says she knows the CEO, promising technology, and like very promising. Doesn't know if lay people should be using it correctly or if they're going to use it correctly, but if they change the strategy, that could work. So she's a believer in it, and Lori's the smartest.
And when she says lay people, does that mean like I would go and use it myself rather than going into a doctor?
She basically said it's definitely promising technology, but I don't know if it's meant for lay people like yourself, Luke, at home unless the CEO switch strategies, is what she said.
Okay, but she
likes it though.
Yeah, but I mean, let's ask Pharma. Is the idea for the company to go straight to consumers, or is it to be like used by doctors?
They can be used in the doctor's office. It roughly takes, I think, 30 minutes. It's not really very complex thing to do. You basically put the sticker. They send you the whole stuff with all the directions in it, and then you just follow the directions, basically putting the sticker on that mold, and then all the instructions will be there, and then you just take that sticker, and then send back to the testing centers, or it could be done in the doctor's office.
Okay. So it seems like that use by individuals could be another catalyst. You don't need it necessarily for the story, but it seems like it could be another catalyst then.
Yes.
Okay. All right. How does that satisfy you, Jason?
Yeah, that satisfies me. That's definitely a catalyst. I mean, it could be at home, but I mean, what Pharma is saying makes sense. I'm gonna buy shares of it. If it's not today, I'll buy it Monday. I've been trimming some of my margin this week, so I'm not. I haven't
How
bought
long are you? Are you still more than 100% long?
Oh yeah. I was like 200% long. Let's say my account was $1 million. I was 40% margin. Now I'm 20% margin.
Okay. And so you said, let's say it's $1 million. So if we scale it back to 1,000, like closer to the real account value, it's like you're carrying $200 of margin.
Yes, I sold some of the gainers. I would put my account live, but Spencer Israel always hates that stuff. But I would put my true account live. I have nothing to hide.
All right. And Farm, you were about to give us another name too, and we jumped in and asked some follow-up questions on the last one. But can you give us that one?
Well, this is a speculative one, and this is basically because the catalyst coming up. Like I said earlier, that in biotechs you try to avoid binary catalyst, and if you do play, make sure your quantities are very small, and then buy right after looking at the data. And this one is YMTX.
YMTX. Okay, Humanity. Does that sound right? Let me get the
Yes,
screen up.
they signed a 500 million a collaboration with Merck last year. So if you look at their pipeline, they basically have over 16 plus different compounds for neurodegenerative diseases. And one of their early program right now where I'm focusing is for Parkinson's disease. So we are expecting data this quarter, and then early data from phase 1B basically next quarter. So I have a position. It's not huge, but based on my risk tolerance, and then I'm leaning more positive that the data is going to be positive. So that's why I had this position. And my goal is basically to add more shares once I see the data this quarter and next quarter. Look at the market cap, very cheap. Look at the float, very thin float, very hard to buy a share. So have a decent position. Again, this is my long-term position, and they have tons of compounds in early stage right now, looking at the dementia and everything. But right now, their focus is on Parkinson's disease. Let the data come out this quarter, next quarter, and that's where the story is going to change.
And you said this one is or is not binary? Like we're not waiting on a big binary.
It is binary. That's why my position is decent based on my risk tolerance. And my idea is to basically, once I see the data this quarter, and then I'm going to add more to my shares. But after looking into the company, I did my DD over last few weeks. I'm leaning positive that the data should be good. But again, it's a speculative position. Whenever you play binary data, make sure your positions are based on your risk tolerance. My position is based on what I read and what I believe this company data is positive. I think this is going to double overnight, because the stock was trading around, I think, 44, and it had a significant pullback to 19 and 20 where I'm adding shares.
Yeah, and if you look at the the YMTX chart, it's a downtrend channel on weekly, and the downtrend.
Sorry, really quick. When you say on weekly, are you looking at weekly candles, or are you looking at a week's worth of candles?
No, I look at weekly candles.
Okay.
Then I'm going back to maybe November 2020. So I'm looking at weekly candles. And if I see that YMTX is ready for channel breakout, and as Farm said, YMTX has catalyst coming, and he has done a great DD on it. I think once the reversal is there, it should run up into the catalyst, and solid support at around 1650 area. Even if you take the channel breakout on YMTX, it should be 30, 35 are the targets. I'll put the chart on Twitter, and that's the trade thesis on YMTX.
Okay,
right?
so you like this one too then, Ripster?
Yeah. So I like that one too, because here's the thing. I look at what Farm or other biotech folks tells me, then I look at the chart. There are other ones too, but if the chart is not good, not trying to reverse, it's weakness, I don't buy weakness, I buy strength. Like I said, I want to buy high, sell higher, or if I'm not doing that, then I want to see the reversal. I can wait for reversal, even if I have to wait, even if I lose few points there, doesn't matter. I want to see the strength. right? I don't want, I don't care I've got the bottom or not, but I want the reversal when it gives me a confirmation. And in this case for YMTX, the confirmation is the reversal of the weekly channel, and that's it. I play the probability. The probability that I have seen from my experience, my plays, and what I have studied past few years, the probability says a chart pattern, if it's reversing, it should the probability of pattern working, it should work, right? If it doesn't work, that doesn't work. But at least I'm not buying a bottom and hoping, okay, maybe it bounces here, I'm buying the bottom, maybe it bounces. No, when I buy a reversal, I'm playing a probability of a chart pattern, and I'm not hoping. I know the reversal is coming. Now if the pattern fails, doesn't work, that's a different thing. I played a setup, a strategy with the good fundamentals. In biotech case, a good catalyst, run up. So yeah.
Okay. In farm, let me ask you this. So I jumped back in the chart and I thought my chart was broken. Like I wasn't loading data, but it was down when the stock was $1. I didn't even see it. What was the catalyst that happened here?
What catalyst are you referring to?
So I guess, or my chart is broken, but it looks like the stock like a couple months ago was at $1, and now it's at $20.
Which one is that?
They did the merger actually with another company. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you need to get on trading view. The charts have to account for the reverse merger. Sometimes you get confused because a lot of other charts don't account for it, but then it's a better view.
Yep. All right, and I want to talk through a couple tickers that we got in the chat that you guys have mentioned recently. The first one is NVAX Novavax.
Yeah, that's one of my significant position from I basically bought a big position around 120, 119 area and all the way up to 130. I kept on buying shares around 160 plus. So this is one of my significant position I'm holding. My average is still in 160s. Ooh. And I believe this.
He alerted it. He alerted to his followers. Where did you alert it, Pharma? Novavax?
119.
Yeah, and he kept saying, I was like, no, he's like, trust me, it's going to 300, and it did go to 300. So it's his baby, NVAX.
Cash register on that one. I mean, a doubling on a multi-billion-dollar stock like that. That's awesome. That's nice. Okay. All right. So Novavax, you hit it. You still like it. All right.
Luke, did you do TTD after earnings?
No, I didn't.
Did you see their earnings?
No.
TTD is going to be 1,000 soon, man.
Dude, wow.
I got 8:30 yesterday, alerted everybody on Twitter to grab it. It touched 921 this morning. I mean, the earnings, the growth is exponential. 500% revenue growth, was it something like that? So focus on these, like I always teach people, focus on the earning, EPS growth. If you learn what I taught you last Benzinga interviews, you would have got this TTD trade.
Yep. See, the only earnings one that I did this week is I did Planet Fitness short. Basically here's the thesis, right? They're reporting earnings. 30% of their signups every year come in from New Year's resolutioners in January. We got this awesome chart sent to us. Let's see if I can find it real quick. But we got this awesome chart sent to us that showed that there's basically no social mentions of Planet Fitness this January, right? Like we had seen every single year. Big spike in tweets, Instagram, Facebook on Planet Fitness. We didn't have it this year. So I took this one short into earnings. Not really doing much for me. So I got to close that one out. But all right, let me ask you about another one. MYOV. That's another one that I've seen in the chat a handful of times.
Yeah, it's his baby too.
That's another, one of my significant position I'm holding from mid-teens. Basically, they have three different things in the pipeline. The first one is for prostate cancer. Data was very good. They got the FDA approval already. And if you look at the Pfizer collaboration, that was a big thing. So now they have the resources from Pfizer. So I think that this stock likely going to double from here. And then they have strong data for endometriosis. Then they have strong data for uterine fibroids. So this is another one of my favorite biotech stock I'm holding long term.
So basically, all the stocks you picked just double. Okay, but let me ask you about a third one. INFI Infinity. That's one that we got some mentions in the chat about as well.
Yes, I'm holding this stock as well. I did several swing trades on this. They had good data, but they did a secondary, and that's why secondary is putting pressure on the stock price. My goal is to pick up more shares around 350 area based on the chart, and that's from coming from Ripster. I'm not good at charts, so that's where he jumps in and he provides me all the direction. So I'm waiting for 350 area to add more shares.
All right.
Yeah. With Infi, the thing with Infi was it's a good long-term stock. Oppenheimer and a bunch of other analysts came out with 8-9 price targets after a great data. I think the mistake, if I alerted the day it went one and it went $1 or some cents. The scalpers and day traders got out, but the offering weighed on it a little too much, right? Offering is always not, it's not a bad thing. Offering is always a good thing, but the institutional demand was so much they increased the size of offering, and that's the weighing on it. That, and I know a lot of followers, they just jumped and slapped it pretty high. They never understood a risk reward there, right? Like I always say, my risk reward is different, so that's why they keep asking about infi. And so my point here is good long term stock, right? If you are trading long term, hold it, build a risk reward, follow the thesis, build your own plan, and just let it work. And I'm still long in it, right? But I think the good lesson learned from me, if I want to talk about Infi, when the data comes out, I should wait for what we call it, see how the offering is, what kind of offering we can expect, because shorts were hammering it the day the data came out, right? But nothing wrong with the stock is great. So that's a lesson. Make sure if you are not confident, let the offering close, maybe buy it after the offering, right? But just don't jump in blindly. But the data is there, good long term stock, put in fee. If they fulfill the potential of Infi will be a $10 stock this year, right? Just like Mario. So these biotechs, so when I trade these smaller price stocks or I'm usually in biotechs, and my biotech research comes from I know a little bit, but from my all my circle, which are respected, PhD doctors and pharmacists like Pharma, Doug, who's and many other my friends, respected traders, that the full long term thesis, right? So you have to build that. You can't just jump on a stock. Okay, tomorrow I'll sell it for $1 up. Okay, maybe I can scalp it for 50 cents. Okay, you bought it on high, you can't scalp it, then you're bag holding, right? So yeah, I mean, at a certain point, even an investor is a bag holder, but it doesn't matter. You believe in a company, you are a bag holder, that's fine, right? But if you don't believe in anything and you have no conviction, and you just buy randomly without a risk reward, then you are a bad holder with no conviction, and then it's a bad bag holder, I would say. So don't be a bad bag holder. Only bag hold where you have conviction. Don't bag hold because somebody else is saying it, right? I mean, for me, it might be a small dent in my account. Doesn't matter. I'll just put it inside. But you guys can blow up your account. So don't focus on the plays. If I give a play, focus on chart, risk reward, understand your thesis, your conviction, right? So yeah. So lately, Luke, I want to point out one more thing here.
Yeah.
So lately, what has happened, right, with this GameStop hype, right? The GameStop retail, so many new traders came industry, new followers. They want to get overnight rich, and they think, oh, these guys are posting ideas, jump on it, buy, slap. So, and they are now crying, and they are looking, oh, I lost all my money. A lot of people blown up, that, right? After this games, that's why I never even hyped the GameStop and AMC thing. So that's a big problem right now in the market. A lot of people are new, they are just in here for hype, and lot of them will go away. That's the fact. They will say, okay, these guys are not good, these guys are pumpers, let's leave the market, we are not getting any good ideas, because they came in the market with on a hype on what somebody else said. Oh, my grandpa or my grandson told me AMC is going up, game is going up, let's go in the market. They never came in the market with with the passion or with the long-term view, like I talked about on my podcast. If you do that, yeah, doesn't matter. I give idea, Farm gives idea, PJ, Zach, whoever gives idea, you will be a loser, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ideas are, yeah. So you build your conviction. That's my point. Idea is ours, management is yours.
Yeah, and let me show you this chart that speaks to what you're just talking about. So what we have here is the number of people clicking from benzinga.com to go open a new brokerage account. Right. So again, we're measuring people clicking from Benzinga to open a new brokerage account. So, let's say we're averaging, I don't know, maybe 30,000 people a week, something like that. COVID happens, it spikes up to 80,000 people a week.
Wow.
Check this out. Let me zoom you out. Look at when GameStop happens.
Oh,
It's like COVID didn't even exist on the chart. This is the number of people who jumped in to open new brokerage accounts. We went from 75,000 to 250,000 week over week.
Wow.
And we're a small site, right? We're up to 15 million readers a month officially as of last night. But I mean, compared to Forbes and Yahoo Finance and everything, I mean, we're tiny.
I think back to Rippy's point, and I do that over time to time on my public feed as well. Ideas comes from different angles. Yes, I do post a lot after I do my DD. Sometimes a lot of my buddies, they provide me ideas. But the idea is that you need to do your personal due diligence whenever you invest money. Don't invest money blindly on what PharmD is saying or this person saying. You need to make sure you are comfortable with your investment. So when you buy something, make sure you are aware why you are putting money into stock A or stock B. So your personal due diligence makes more sense than just believing on someone's tweet. I always say, I have positions, so I could have a biased confirmation there because obviously my money is involved, so I'm writing about it. But when you read my ideas or my tweets, make sure you know the company before you put money into it. And I think it's not gambling, it's a professional investment. So read, and then invest money.
Absolutely. All right, and one last question out of the chat, and I'll let you guys go. But Ripster, what headphone model is that? We got a couple people asking what headphones you have.
These ones?
Yeah.
These are JBL Quantum 800.
There it is. All right. See, look at that. We always please on the show. Okay. Answered everything from your stock questions to your headphone questions. But all right, guys, I'll let you run. Thanks for hanging out. I mean, the ideas were flying. I'll recap them real quick. Here are the tickers. Somebody in the chat, help me out. Drop the tickers in the chat so everybody can get them. But DMTK, MREO, PAVM, GMBL, and then NVAX. That's a lot of tickers. And education. I love that you guys walk us through it instead of just making the pitch.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you very much, Luke.
All right. Thanks, guys. Again, follow them on Twitter. These are two of the best accounts to follow. I don't say that often. Throw them a follow on Twitter. Say hi. Smash the like. And we're going to keep rolling.